AN 6.63 The Nibbedhika Sutta. Penetrative. Bhikkhus, I will teach you a penetrative exposition of the Dharma. Listen and attend closely. I will speak. Yes, Bhante. Those bhikkhus replied. The Blessed One said this. And what, bhikkhus, is that penetrative exposition of the Dharma? 1. Sensual pleasures should be understood. The source and origin of sensual pleasures should be understood. The diversity of sensual pleasures should be understood. The result of sensual pleasures should be understood. The cessation of sensual pleasures should be understood. The way leading to the cessation of sensual pleasures should be understood. 2. Feelings should be understood. The source and origin of feelings should be understood. The diversity of feelings should be understood. The result of feelings should be understood. The cessation of feelings should be understood. The way leading to the cessation of feelings should be understood. 3. Perceptions should be understood. The source and origin of perceptions should be understood. The diversity of perceptions should be understood. The result of perceptions should be understood. The cessation of perceptions should be understood. The way leading to the cessation of perceptions should be understood. 4. The taints should be understood. The source and origin of the taints should be understood. The diversity of the taints should be understood. The results of the taints should be understood. The cessation of the taints should be understood. The way leading to the cessation of the taints should be understood. Karma should be understood. The source and origin of karma should be understood. The diversity of karma should be understood. The result of karma should be understood. The cessation of karma should be understood. The way leading to the cessation of karma should be understood. 6. Suffering should be understood. The source and origin of suffering should be understood. The diversity of suffering should be understood. The result of suffering should be understood. The cessation of suffering should be understood. The way leading to the cessation of suffering should be understood. 1. When it was said sensual pleasures should be understood, the source and origin of sensual pleasures should be understood. The diversity of sensual pleasures should be understood. The result, 411, of sensual pleasures should be understood. The cessation of sensual pleasures should be understood. The way leading to the cessation of sensual pleasures should be understood. For what what reason was this said? There are, because these 5 objects of sensual pleasure, forms cognizable by the eye, that are wished for, desired, greed, agreeable, pleasing, connected with sensual pleasures, tantalizing sounds cognizable by the ear, odors cognizable by the nose, tastes cognizable by the tongue, tactile objects cognizable by the body, that are wished for, desired, agreeable, pleasing, connected with sensual pleasure, tantalizing. However, these are not sensual pleasures in the Noble One's disciples. These are called objects of sensual pleasure. A person's sensual pleasure is a lustful intention. There are not sensual pleasures, the pretty things in the world. They are not sensual pleasures, the pretty things in the world. A person's sensual pleasures is lustful intention. The pretty things remain just as they are in the world, but the wise remove the desire for them. And what, bhikkhus, is the source and origin of sensual pleasures? Contact is their source and origin. And what is the diversity of sensual pleasures? Sensual desire for forms is one thing. Sensual desire for sounds is another. Sensual desire for odors is another. Sensual desire for taste still another. And sensual desire for tactile objects still another. This is called the diversity of sensual pleasures. And what is the result of sensual pleasures? One produces an individual existence that corresponds with whatever sense pleasures one desires, and which may be the consequence either of merit or demerit. This is called the result of sensual pleasures. And what is the cessation of sensual pleasures? With the cessation of contact, there is cessation of sensual pleasures. This noble eightfold path is the way leading to the cessation of sensual pleasures, namely right view, right intention, right speech, right 412 action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. When, bhikkhus, a noble disciple thus understands sensual pleasures, the source and origin of sensual pleasures, the diversity of sensual pleasures, the result of sensual pleasures, the cessation of sensual pleasures, and the way leading to the cessation of sensual pleasures, he understands this penetrative, sensual, spiritual life to be the cessation of sensual pleasures. 414. When it was said sensual pleasures should be understood, the way leading to the sensual pleasures of sensual, the way leading to the cessation of sensual pleasures should be understood. It is because of this that this was said. 2. When it was said feelings should be understood, the way leading to the cessation of feelings should be understood. For what reason was this said? There, bhikkhus, these 3 fine feelings, pleasant feeling, painful feeling, and neither painful nor pleasant feeling. And what is is the source and origin of feelings? Contact is their source and origin. And what is the diversity of feelings? There is worldly pleasant feelings. 1415. There is spiritual pleasant feelings. There is worldly painful feelings. There is spiritual painful feelings. There is worldly neither painful nor pleasant feelings. There is spiritual neither painful nor pleasant feelings. This is called the diversity of feelings. And what is the result of feelings? One produces an individual existence that corresponds with whatever feelings one experiences, and which may be the consequence either of merit or demerit. This is called the result of feelings. And what is the cessation of feelings? With the cessation of contact, there is cessation of feelings. The Noble Eightfold Path is the way to the cessation of feelings, namely, right view to right concentration. When Bhikkhus, a noble disciple, thus understands feeling, the source and origin of feelings, 413, the diversity of feelings, the result of feelings, the cessation of feelings, and the way leading to the cessation of feelings, he understands this penetrative spiritual life to be the cessation of feelings. When it was said feelings should be understood, the way leading to the cessation of feelings should be understood, it is because of this that this was said. 3. When it was said perceptions should be understood, the way leading to the cessation of perceptions should be understood. For what reason was this said? There are, bhikkhus, these 6 perceptions: perception of form, perception of sound, perception of odors, perceptions of taste, perception of tactile objects, perception of mental phenomena. And what is the source and origin of perception? Contact is their source and origin. And what is the diversity of perception? The perception of forms is one thing, the perception of sounds is another, the perception of odors still another, the perception of tastes still another, the perception of tactile objects still another, and the perception of mental phenomena still another. This is called the diversity of perceptions. And what is the result of perceptions? I say that perceptions result in expression, 1416, in whatever way one perceives something, in just the way one expresses oneself, saying, I was percipient of such and such. This is called the result of perception. And what is the cessation of perceptions? With the cessation of contact, there is cessation of perceptions. This Noble Eightfold Path is the way leading to the cessation of perceptions, namely right view to right concentration. Bhikkhus, a noble, the disciple, thus understands perceptions, the source and origin of perceptions, 141. the diversity of perceptions, the result of perceptions, the cessation of perceptions, and the way leading to the cessation of perceptions. He understands this penetrative spiritual life to be the cessation of perceptions. When it was said perceptions should be understood, the way leading to the cessations of perceptions should be understood. It is because of this that this was said. For when it was said the taints should be understood, the way leading to the cessation of the taints should be understood. For what reason was this said? There are bhikkhus, these three taints, the taint of sensuality, the taint of existence, and the taint of ignorance. And what is the source and origin of the taints? Ignorance is their source and origin. And what is the diversity of the taints? There are taints leading to hell. There are taints leading to the animal realm. There are taints leading to the realm of afflicted spirits. There are taints leading to the human world. There are taints leading to the Deva world. This is called the diversity of the taints. And what is the result of the taints? One immersed in ignorance produces a corresponding individual existence, which may be the consequence either of merit or demerit. This is called the result of the taints. And what is the cessation of the taints? With the cessation of ignorance, there is cessation of taints, of the taints. This Noble Eightfold Path is the way leading to the cessation of the taints, namely right view to right concentration. When bhikkhus, a noble disciple, thus understands the taints, the source and origin of the taints, the diversity of the taints, the result of the taints, and the cessation of the taints, the way leading to the cessation of the taints. He understands this penetrative spiritual life to be the cessation of the taints. 415. When it was said the taints should be understood, the way leading to the cessation of the taints should be understood. It is because of this that this was said. When it was said, 5. When it was said, karma should be understood, the way leading to the cessation of karma should be understood. For what reason was this said? It is volition, bhikkhus, that I call karma. For having willed, one acts by body, speech, or mind. And what is the source and origin of karma? Contact is the source and origin. And what is the diversity of karma? There is karma to be experienced in hell. There is karma to be experienced in the animal realm. There is karma to be experienced in the realm of the afflicted spirits. There is karma to be experienced in the human world. And there is karma to be experienced in the Deva world. This is called the diversity of karma. And what is the result of karma? The result of karma, I say, is threefold: to be experienced in this very life, or in the next rebirth, or on some subsequent occasion. This is called the result of karma. And what, bhikkhus, is the cessation of karma? With the cessation of contact, there is a cessation of karma. 1420. This Noble Eightfold Path is the way leading to the cessation of karma, namely right view to right concentration. When bhikkhus, a noble disciple, thus understands karma and the source and origin of karma, the diversity of karma, the result of karma, the cessation of karma, and the way leading to the cessation of karma, he understands this penetrative spiritual life to be the cessation of It is because of this that this was said. 6. When it was said, suffering should be understood. The source and origin of suffering should be understood. The diversity of suffering should be understood. The result of suffering should be understood. The cessation of suffering should be understood. The way leading to the cessation of suffering should be understood. For what reason was this said? Birth is suffering, old age is suffering, illness is suffering, death is suffering, sorrow, lamentation, pain, dejection, and anguish are suffering. Not to get what one wants is suffering. In brief, the 5 aggregates subject to clinging are suffering. And what is the source and origin of suffering? Craving is its source and origin. And what is the diversity of suffering? There is extreme suffering, there is slight suffering, there is suffering that fades away slowly, there is suffering that fades away quickly. This is called the diversity of suffering. And what is the result of suffering? Here, someone overcome by suffering with a mind obsessed by it, sorrows, languishes, and laments. He weeps, beating his breast, and becomes confused, or else overcome by suffering with a mind obsessed by it. He embarks upon a search outside, saying, "Who knows 1 or 2 words for putting an end to this suffering?" 421. 1421. Suffering, I say, results either in confusion or in a search. This is called the result of suffering. And what is the cessation of suffering? With the cessation of suffering, there is a cessation of suffering. With the cessation of craving, there is a cessation of suffering. The Noble Eightfold Path is the way leading to the cessation of suffering, namely right view to right concentration. When because a noble disciple thus understands suffering. 417. The source and origin of suffering, the diversity of suffering, the result of suffering, the cessation of suffering, and the way leading to the cessation of suffering. He understands this penetrative spiritual life to be the cessation of suffering. When it was said, suffering should be understood, the way leading to the cessation of suffering should be understood. It is because of this that this was said. This because is that penetrative exposition of the Dharma.